Hello, one and all, and welcome to what is potentially the final episode of my Metroid Prime Remastered playthrough. My first Metroid Prime game. No, my first look at this game. No. My first playthrough of the remaster and my first replay of Metroid Prime since 2002, when I played the original for the first and, as far as I know, only time. Oh, I was going to say it's quiet. Hurrah! I did a thing! Uh-oh. Oh! Ridley fight. What's left of Ridley, anyway? This takes place between... It takes place after Super Metroid, doesn't it? If I remember correctly. No! Do we actually get to fight him? Yeah. Meta Ridley, genetically enhanced Ridley metaform, reborn and evolved through pirate technology. Meta Ridley is a fearsome enforcer. His armor hired is extremely resilient, safe for his chest, which has thinner plating. Pirates have posed computer weapons. Fused a postal weapons to the creature, including a multi-missile system, kinetic breath weapon, and Maison bomb launcher. Oh. Oh, he has airstrikes. I vaguely recall there was a gimmick to this fight. Can't remember what it is, but I vaguely recall there being a gimmick. Oh, that still hits regardless. Oh, hold on, isn't it? Isn't it something to do with the boost ball, the power bombs or something? Okay, well, all of the statues are gone. I want to try something. Because we've got loads of missiles. Back over here, mates. Yeah, so if you run to the edge of the arena that he comes from, oh no, he can still hit. I feel like I'm doing this the slow way. Still, we've got loads of health. Now. Just a charge plasma beam shot seems to be the most sensible. Oh. Ah, no wins for you, mates. Still hit me. Why does it not seem to be taking any damage? Oh, I have to shoot him in the mouth. Specifically in the mouth. But he's not taking any damage here. Ugh. I hate it when bosses are just immune to damage at random. That still didn't. And sometimes he takes damage on the side of his head. That still hit me. Fuck off! Boring. Got the exact same problems. Still hit me. That a load of enemies, the bosses in Prime 4 have. They just go on for too long. That still hit me, because of course it did. Fuck for that. What a dull fight, just like some of the fights at the end of Prime 4. there. Now, Demajen, what you actually need to do was... If you know this one trick, you can beat him in 2 seconds, like using the shine spot ball on that one enemy in Dread, the speed boost thing. Impact crater. Ooh, toothy. Save point. Game has been saved. Wah, 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 wah. New Lumigek. Help! The March of the Lumigex. But these things actually... dropping power bombs. What I want is missiles. Uh... 97% scans. So we should... Fuck here. Yeah, Metroid. So we've got 2 more. No. It's not the button I pressed. Oh, were they just spawning? Great. Come on! taking away the one defining feature of the Metroids, i.e. their cold susceptibility, was certainly a choice. Huh. Another save point. Oh no, missile. Wonderful. Do actually want. It's ice. Oh, I see, there's a passage right up there. Oh, fuck's sake. Frankly, I feel that that is the most efficient way. Of dealing with Metroids in this. Great. Didn't bother to attach at all. I don't think can't I just run across that room anyway? With the hat. Ah. First phase of Metroid Prime, I believe. Doesn't have a weird name though. Oh yeah, it's got really weird a face for reasons. Oh, it's cool looking though. Oh. Just going after it. Metroid Prime, highly evolved, phase-on producing life form. The aberration known as Metroid Prime is the source of phase-on, making it immensely powerful. A genetic flaw makes it susceptible to certain weapons for brief periods, and its head is truly vulnerable. Other attacks are a nuisance. Offensively, Metroid Prime has a number of natural and mechanical weapons at its disposal. These include ultra breath, ultra-missiles, snare beams, and particle wave projectors. Massive strength and barbed carapace make it lethal in melee combat. Recommend maximum firepower. So it's just a case of change beam. Ouch. He flee. We chase. Oh. Why have I... I don't know whether that was the best choice or not. Isn't this like a gauntlet fight and we have to face off the full boss against the end without any... Thanks, that was super helpful there. I'm nowhere near that. Oh, now he's going fiery. Some of this just seems to be going straight through him. At least these lock on. I'm just going to jump into those. 'Cause I'm an idiot. There we go. That's are we? Okay, so it's just a series of sub-chambers. So we're in sub-chamber 4. Ow. Can I charge? There we go. Is that how I'm supposed to do that? Ooh, I can just super miss on. Oops. Just stand in the way for that. Oh shit. Oh, I somehow. No, I switch. Lux. Fuck's sake. Yeah, to the best of my remembrance, I have to make it all the way down, and if we don't make it, we have to do it all over again, and it's kinda dull. Oh, do I have to fight a load of... Oh no, this is the Metroid Prime. Core essence of Metroid Prime. Scanners get the phase-on energy, is vulnerable to all conventional weapons. Only attacks from a phase-on fused arm cannon. Um... Where is it? Why does sometimes the double jump just not bother? What? What's the point of saying, oh, it becomes fuck's sake. If it phases completely out of existence into the wall or some such bollocks. Oh my god, we're gonna die here just because of this shit, and we'll have to go through the entire thing again. Just jump when I press the fucking jump button. For fuck's sake! And again, he's just gone completely fucking invisible. Fuck's sake, where is he? It's so annoying, he just keeps disappearing. Oh, fuck's sake. Fuck you! You fucking bullshit Well, I guess we get to do it all again! That would have been fine if he hadn't just constantly disappeared. Not gone invisible, but actually just disappeared. Yay, what a load of shit. Let's do the entire thing again. Quality design, best game ever. I'm really pissed off about that. I probably was really pissed off about it 20 years ago as well. It doesn't make a big difference because they come back anyway. Can I skip? No. Let's do it all over again. This is essentially, what, a 6-stage boss fight or something? This is a great start. And of course you want to save all your stuff for later. That still hit me. I want to collect the resources, Samus. No, never mind. No, I want pulling no fucking way! Off half, man. At least that one homes. Why are these power-ups not being drawn in? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm stuck in this fucking... God damn it. So many stupid control-related frustrations. I'm stuck! Come on! Fuck's sake, swap the damn weapon! Jesus Christ! Can't remember whether I even scanned him. I better have done. Okay. Well, we've got a chunk more health this time, but... let's just hope it doesn't randomly turn completely invisible again. Because that was what fucked me up. Just... the phase-on pool's spawning, and I'm not actually doing anything. Why did that not jump over it? Oh, I can see him with the... Okay. So I can see him with the thermal visor as well. I'm going to hit him with that. I never thought to try the thermal visor before, because why would I? It didn't say anything about thermal. He's so pretty. Where's he gone? Oh, is it? Oh, that's still hitting me. The hard part now is going to be the fact that he's going to bring out shitty little Metroids. The non-basic ones. Give me that juice. This is actually pretty straightforward once you realise that it uses the extra visor. Why did I just get knocked into Wallfall then? Yeah, back off, Metroid. Uh-oh. Oh, it sucks all the phazon out of us. Oh no! Isn't this how we get Dark Samus? It steals the phazon from us and then... Where are you going, Samus? You're at the bottom of a pit? Just somersaulting isn't going to help. Oh! Oh, shit. Oh, and I've got to do an escape sequence, have I? Oh, no I don't. I was going to say, a 3D platforming escape sequence without proper space jump and screw attack. No thanks.
Choso's faith in Samus has been well rewarded, and now a new star shines in the universe. The bounty hunter, Samus Aran. What future and fate await her?
Yay! Helmet off! Which I didn't get to see in Prime 4 because it needs scan logs as well, which is arguably even worse than this. Scans should just be for galleries, concept art, unlockables. A perfect remaster of a flawed game. For, I would say, probably 75% of this playthrough, I was really, really appreciating, not necessarily the systems, because actually I think some of the systems are a little bit... They've been iterated on and made better as time has gone on. But I did appreciate the world design while I was following through the linear story, such as it is. You know, the linear, let's call it progression path rather than story. That was great. But I mentioned multiple times on the way that I wish the world map linked up better. It was staggered or tiered so that you could actually truly see what hex, what elevator lined up with what elevator, and so on and so forth. And that all came to a head when it came to the backtracking sections for trying to find 100%, where just getting around was really dull and slow and kind of annoying. And it made me long for the less complex level design in Prime 4. Add to that the fact that because this was the first Metroid game, why they didn't add this in for the remaster, I don't know. But the ability to mark your map, the ability to scan for things that you have missed, would make the 100% iteming thing much more enjoyable. Some people might argue it made it too easy in Prime 4. And I think that was more because actually I would say that in some ways the secrets, such as they are in Prime 4, are simpler than the ones in this, because this has got more complex level design. So each room is often a more complex entity in this than it is in Prime 4. As I said, that causes problems when it just comes to basically getting around the world. My biggest issues were that in the last 25% of the game, the combat just really dragged. It wasn't fun. Our power did not keep pace with the enemies unless you just constantly splurge through your missiles on the beam upgrade tools, because missiles themselves actually became kind of useless against all of those different kind of beam pirates. It was more a case of, yeah, I suppose that's the point. You find the correct beam and then you select the right. You use the wave buster or the flamethrower or whatever. They're quite short range. I mean, I tried them out in the final boss fight, and it's like, it does contact damage, which is kind of sad. So yeah, that the last 25% of combat, whilst trying to get around 100%, was annoying. The scans thing, I still think is awful, just fucking awful. It is my least favourite thing, and after the issue with Prime 4, I tried to be super duper careful and make sure I scanned everything. But the problem is that what did I miss? I missed some bats. There's loads of different bats in the game, and I thought I'd scanned, the idea that I should scan and stop every single pack of enemies just to make sure is daft. Especially when the scanning interface is clunky. And arguably my biggest issue with the game overall was the fact that towards the end I was fighting the controls more than I was fighting the enemies and the environments. I like the multi-visor, but I think there would be a better way of doing it. I like the multi-beam, but I think there's a better way of doing it. I don't know what it is, but it just didn't work for me, and it made me miss the responsiveness and simplicity, in a way, of Prime 4's controls. I do not recall, and it's been a couple of weeks at this point, but I don't recall fighting the controls as much in Prime 4, especially things like the spider ball. Now that could just be because the spider ball sections weren't quite as complex. I don't think they were, although they did add in the slingshot thing. I'd say that there were more uses for our tools in this game than there were in Prime 4. I think it would be fair to say that the Prime Remastered is more dense with tool uses. But whilst I appreciate the complexity of the map, I don't think the world is as interesting. Because there are essentially, 4 areas. I'm not going to count the impact crater because it's a linear corridor, or series of tiered corridors. So we've got the phaser mines, we've got Fentron Drifts, we've got Talon Overworld. Well, I suppose Talon Overworld and Chosen Ruins are separate areas. Let's be generous and say yes, we've got the same number of areas as in Prime 4, but they're more overlapping. But it just means they're more difficult to navigate. In a 2D space, that would have been much easier, but in a 3D space, it became more of a ball ache, I think, than it needed to be. Total time, 13:53. No extras unlocked in the main menu. Hard difficulty unlocked. That looks really pixely. Like that's just a really pixely PNG. I really feel that there needs to be a HD patch for this. You know, this needs to be brought up to Prime 4's level. You know, a lot of the textures are really nice, but I'm wondering if the complexity of the world in this is what holds it back. You know, is that why they went with a slightly simpler world structure for Prime 4? Because they could show it off better. Obviously, this was a Switch title as well, not a Switch 2 title, whereas I played the Switch 2 version of Prime 4. Also, a much shorter game. This is a bonus cutscene, isn't it? I remember getting this. This is Dark Samus's hand, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, so I got this. There's an I in there, yeah. I got this on my one and only playthrough of the original Metroid Prime. I remember that. Ah, okay. One, if you've watched my Prime 4 playthrough, you might remember that we got a message like this at the end of the game. And it wasn't as clear as this one. I think that, so I haven't gone back and tried to load up, I don't believe, my Prime 4 save, but I think that's what it does. It marks the save file as complete and starts a new game over the top of it. So when it talked about your scans and stuff, if you start a new game, your scans and stuff will be reset. I think that's what it means. When you select your save slot again, you will start a new game. So it locks the file as you have a completed mission, and then you can copy it and start a new game plus somewhere else, I think. Either way, there's nothing else that we can do in this because I've got everything except the shriek bats. I can't do anything else on this file. But we did unlock a load of extras. Yeah, my base end file for Prime 4 was 17.5 hours, I think, of in-game time, and I think 23 or so hours of actual time. I don't know what the discrepancy is going to be between these. I'm tempted to go and take a quick look. In fact, let's do that now. Okay, just checked, and it looks like the actual amount of footage I've got is about just under 18 hours. So, probably 5 hours or so shorter than Prime 4. Now, you could say, oh, Dema, you know, of course it's going to be shorter. You used a guide to look things up. It's like, yeah, but Prime 4 had the quality of life features built into the game to enable me to not have to do really kind of laborious item hunting. So, I don't think I've lost any time. You know, I used the in-game features in Prime 4 because they were there, and I used external features in this because they weren't there. The quality of life that I really wish that they patched in. Markers and some kind of scanning thing, I think, would have made, or even like in the 2D games, you know, showing a different colour room or an outline change if the room's complete or something along those lines. 152 out of 185 things unlocked. I remember that artwork. I had that as my desktop wallpaper for quite some time. Yeah, Samus Studies. How does the suit work? How does the suit fit? Metroids? It doesn't tell us how to get the other things, though. Are they all from... They can't all be from the one thing that I missed, unless I have to play through hard mode in order to... Oh, what's the remastered thing then? Is that stuff that they specifically... Oh, look how jaggedy that is. Are these things that they... Yeah, so this is how do we upscale the textures? How do we add textures to these things to turn them from old-fashioned polygons into something that looks... Was it 2023? This came out? Yeah, so how do we upgrade? I kind of wish it told us what the things were. You know, it had the names of things on them and told us how we'd unlocked them. Fucking hated those things. Some really cool designs though. But just keep in mind that as screens like this show, you know, this is one monster. It's got 5 different palette swaps, but it's essentially one monster. Same for these guys. One monster. Actually, no, that's not, because that's the glider thing that you hook onto. Doodads? Yeah, just loads of little bits and pieces of architecture. I love stuff like that, where you get to see the sketch versus the rendering. Loads of different mushroom types. There's loads of those that I didn't get. Is this all just from missing that one single scan? Yeah, loads of really kind of modern style concept art. With a nice T-posing Samus in there. Again, just to show the upgrades for the textures. Lots of atmosphere. The lighting was really nicely done. There was lots of good ambience and stuff in this game. Character gallery. Oh well, we got everything for this. Look how jagged he is, because it's, you know, it's essentially a, what was it, 900p, but scaled up to 4K without any kind of upscaling. Spiderball. Oh, see, it does tell us Spiderball up in the top left. I love the green on that. I think I said that. Load of different injured space pirates. Slumped over the railing. I love little renders like this. These were the bosses, weren't they? No. These things were so dull. Again, there's probably a how to one-shot them thing out there. Yeah, and that was a dull fight as well. I'm sure there was a gimmick to that with the boost ball or something. I vaguely recall reading about that years ago. Soundtrack gallery. Oh! We have the soundtrack for the game. Nice. Did it show us the stuff in the top left? No, it just showed us the title. I didn't think it did. So yeah, 93 out of 120, and if we got one more... Well, 152 out of 185 things unlocked. So if I copy that, so how does a New Game Plus work then? Oh, do I need to play on hard mode to get how to fully unlock? No, hard mode extra unlock Metroid Prime. Let's have a look. Yeah, you need to do hard mode. Completing normal mode, hard mode, and getting 100% on scans and pickups. You are safe if you die, so there's no death counter. I just want to see. Does this count as... Does it tell us it's a New Game Plus? Or... Scans carry over between new games on the same save file. So I think that's it. Kind of a shame the map doesn't. Yeah. So, all the pirate data. All the Chozo lore. We need to get a single enemy. Yeah. I don't like the game enough, frankly, to want to play through on hard just for some concept art, especially because somewhere behind me I've got the art book for this, I believe. I'm sure I've got a Metroid Prime art book somewhere. So that's Metroid Prime Remastered. A flawed game, but an excellent remaster of a flawed game. Do I like this more than Prime 4? No. Do I think it's got better world design for the critical path? Absolutely. It is a better... It's a more Metroidy, twisty-bendy world than Prime 4. But that makes it an absolute ball ache to navigate after the critical path is done. When you are moving with purpose because you know where you are going, it's great. But the inability to mark things on the map, the lack of quality of life, the issues with them trying to cram too many controls and too many features on a controller that then wastes buttons by doubling things up. What did the GameCube controller... There's a picture of a GameCube controller. Did the GameCube controller only have... Did the original one only have 2 shoulder buttons? I can't remember. I think it did. So it's short 2 buttons. So the doubling up on modern controls. And actually, how did... The Switch 2 version's got multiple buttons. What did it have? Wikipedia. Aha. Oh, it had the Z button, didn't it? Which was kind of an R1. So it had an L trigger, an R trigger, the Z button. It had the left stick and the C stick. Start button in the middle. D-pad, BA, Y and X. How did you do visor swaps then? Was that the Z button? Yeah, I found switching between the beams and the visors incredibly clunky. And I think that's what this boils down to. It was an incredibly clunky experience and got more clunky the more things they gave us. Still good, but it just highlights how much smoother Prime 4 was for me. I think overall I enjoyed Prime 4 more because of its quality of life, the smoothness of its controls and so on and so forth, but I enjoyed the world of Prime Remastered more. I just wish they could get that quality of life in. If the quality of life was in, yes. If they hadn't got missable scans, A tier, easy. Absolutely easy. But the arbitrary nature of, there's this one enemy in this one room and you only see it for X amount of time until you've reached this arbitrary possession. I mean, why? Why do the ice shriek bats disappear after you enter the frigate? Logically speaking. Video game speaking, whatever, but why logically speaking? Why logically speaking do those enemies disappear? It takes it from an immersive experience into it's a video game. Yeah, anyway. So yes, those are my thoughts, such as they are on Metroid Prime Remastered. I'm glad I played it. I strongly suspect people aren't going to like my overall opinion of it. Is it worth the money though? Yeah, and I really do hope that there is a Switch 2 upgrade for it at some point. So there we go, folks. My undoubtedly hot take opinions on Prime Remastered. Hopefully you've enjoyed the playthrough. Hopefully Hopefully you get where I'm coming from as the final kind of 20% of the playthrough rolls around and I start to get frustrated with things that weren't bugging me earlier. But this is the internet, so I doubt it. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, stay fabulous, and thank you for watching. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.